we're here with LeAnne at Notown Goods.
Hi.
Hi, and how long have you owned this store?
So I've owned the store for about 6 years. I started in a smaller location in Westminster, and then I moved to this location in Sterling at the beginning of 2021.
Okay, so COVID, where were you during COVID?
In Westminster.
Yeah, that must have been hard.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
So tell me, and was this a store when you moved here? Had it been a store before?
It hadn't been. It had been a real estate agency,
office.
and it had been empty for the year of 2020 for the most part, so yeah.
And little I've looked, you've got a large variety. So where do you get all your things? Are they local, or how do you do this?
So I started out working with more local artisans, but now I'm sourcing products from all over the world. Mostly handmade, but then some small production. Just trying to find some really cool stuff that people can't find in other stores.
So do people come in and say, "Will you sell my stuff?" Or do you go to conference, go out? How do you work?
Yeah, I mostly find them. Yeah, I go to like trade shows around the country and stuff like that.
And what do you think the biggest seller is?
So actually my biggest seller is candles. I have all different kinds, and we started private labeling our own candles a couple years ago with a candle maker. So we have 100% soy that we have with our own labels on them, and then just all different types of candles. I've got these really cool ones that just came in. They're like cast iron, little skillet. And
aren't they cute?
Yes, they're super cute. And then this is the witch's cauldron. This comes in 4 different scents.
Wow.
It has a little cat.
So they can use these afterwards,
Yeah,
right?
and the cauldron too. This is what I really like about a lot of these candles. They're reusable vessels, so they're really cool. So those are some of the Halloween fall candles that we have.
That's very nice.
And then I sell a lot of woodworking and ceramics and decorative gourds. I have the gourds for different seasons. There's a lot of fall gourds in here right now, and then our Christmas gourds will be put out in about 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So it's almost November. So.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
And where do you get your gourds?
So they're from Meadowbrook Gourds in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
It's a gourd farm. I'm not sure if they're growing all of their gourds anymore because they sell so many now, but at one point they were growing all the gourds that they made right on the farm and then doing all of the work right there. So my guess is they're probably finding gourds from other farms at this point.
They probably could.
Yeah.
Is it an Amish?
It's not, no.
Oh, it's not, because
No.
I've been down there with lots of Amish gourds.
I mean,
Oops,
it's
sorry.
an Amish country area, but it's not Amish owned.
country.
No. Yeah.
What's your hours? How many days do you open?
Those are actually complicated. I change my hours every season depending on how busy of a time of year it is. So I have the least amount of hours in the summer and the most at the holiday time. And then most of my customers are locals, so people that live in like probably about 10 different towns surrounding Sterling.
So after Christmas, do you close it all or not?
I don't know. Actually, January and February are busy times for me. I'm pretty busy from October through May. Those are my busy
Wow.
times. Well, the holiday is the busiest.
Well, I'm sure the holidays.
But yeah.
But October through May, wow. Because
Yeah.
people coming up for the leaves and everything, or?
Not really. I don't really get a lot of tourism here in this area. We're kind of like in the middle between 2 tourist sections of the state. So I get a few people occasionally, but mostly they're people that are visiting family that live locally.
Very good.
That are from out of town. I used to work as a hand weaver, and I sold my work to stores. And then I was at a trade show, and I was like, so these stores, they just kind of like source the goods. They don't actually have to make it before they sell it. That sounds like a lot less work.
Well, there's honesty.
Yeah, and I was like, a lot of artists at the time were opening studio shops. So when I first started, I had my studio in the back, but then it just became too much work running the shop.
Do you still weave?
I don't. No.
Not at all?
Yeah, no.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really, I'm a small person, and it's really physically taxing. And like, since machines aren't usually designed for people of different sizes, it's really difficult to be a 5-foot tall woman working on a machine that was meant to be used by a 5'9" man,
Yep.
you know, so it was very physically taxing. So I'm glad to not be having all of those.
Good. So now you
issues
get
anymore.
you get to sell people's artwork.
Yeah,
That's
it's
wonderful.
wonderful. Yeah,
that is
it's great.
wonderful. That is.
Yeah.
Any
Oh.
future plans?
Well, I own another business. It is
Oh.
called Oakwind Hollow, and I sell directly to other stores, and so I'm working on transitioning into that as to greeting cards. I've been doing a lot of felt novelties, but I'm working on a greeting card line right now.
So you're doing the felt. Are you doing the work or are you selling the work?
I'm doing the felt work.
You are?
Yeah, certain felt
Oh.
pieces, yes. And then, but actually that's a lot of work, so I decided greeting cards might be a little bit more
Cool.
time.
Oh, wow.
Less time to do.
Very good.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're anxious to look around and see
Yeah.
what you have.
Great.
And it looks like an interesting store.
Thank you.